So we were hearing like this clicking noise when we came to a stop, so we were getting all like freaked out. This isn't cutting it.
Door fell off. Then we're gonna go find this place called Savannah's.
So y'all, we partied a little too hard on New Year's Eve. Where you could get back there and it could be a total disaster. Just say like, who's having more fun at the dog park?
Good girl.
We killed the golf cart. I guess this would be why it's called conch.
Easy there, big shooter. Wow, that's so cool.
So of course, in true Grateful Glamper fashion, today we finally get to get on the road again. So we've got the truck back. Yes, yay for that. And we're finally going to one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. And I can't wait to show you more about that in this episode. First, our goal was to get out of here this morning at about 8:30. We don't want to be parking in the dark. And it's now about 9:45.
Throw away the plan.
You know, I feel like that it would be easier if it was just Ben and I, right? If it's just he and I. But when you're dealing with teenagers, it's like adding two pseudo adults in the mix, right? They want to do their own thing. You know, I mean, not like in a rebellious way, but it's just like trying to herd cats. So anyway, super excited. The other thing is we have to remember in 100 miles, you guys, can you help remind us, like drop a comment or whatever, help remind us in 100 miles, we have to retorque the bolts in the pin box. So we have to add that. The inverter's not working. So of course, you know, because it wouldn't be RV life if something wasn't working, right? Something wasn't going right. Ben had to pull the fridge out, plug it into the Blue Eddy. Thankfully, we've got that so that the fridge will stay running. Subscribe because we actually do have an episode coming. Our friend Derek from Cross Country Solar, we've got him coming out in a couple weeks. We got a project that we're going to be doing that will solve that problem. But in the meantime, of course, it just wouldn't be RV living now, would it? If something wasn't going wrong, something wasn't going awry. That is just how we tend to roll, us RVers. So anyway, all right, enough talking. I gotta see if I can get one more kiddo in the truck, the dog in the truck, so we can get out of here. Hey, you need to go potty. We're gonna be in the truck for a while. Come on. Go potty.
Go for a ride, Evie. You ready? Good girl, go for a ride. You might need to get out, Dakota, and you might need to help her in.
Where am I supposed to sit?
She's not gonna make that jump. Go for a big ride.
Watch the paws.
All right, kids, dog,
Husband.
the driver. The cats are gonna stay here. I've got somebody that's gonna come check on them. We are not full-time anymore. They don't need to come with us. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. We're just an hour and a half past where we wanted to be, so let's go.
Good doggy.
Where are we going, guys?
Being a good girl.
And more importantly, did you pack the toys and treats?
So what do you think is more stressful? Driving the Class A with the Toad or driving a truck with a big 43-foot trailer?
I think the Class A with a Toad was more stressful to me.
Okay.
Just because, again, I'm pretty noise adverse and I don't like the sound of things clanking around and shaking and rattling. There's a lot more of that in the Class A. Here it's like a car. This Ford F-350 is like a big rolling car.
To me, it's not the noise isn't what stresses me out. It's just the monstrosity.
Oh.
I don't want to say fear, but like concern, right? You're towing something huge, like you're making turns, you're worried about other people on the road, like it doesn't stop on a dime, which I feel like this setup versus like the Class A setup, those things don't kind of change, you know? Except for actually maybe with the trailer, it's a little bit more scary, I guess, from a maneuverability sense as far as like tail swing and stuff. So I feel like it's the same. But you're saying what stresses you out more is just noises.
Yeah, more of the distractions and noises, you know, with my ADD, it tends to be easily distractible when there's, you know, a Berkey falling off the counter and, you know, one thing after another falling and weird noises. I don't know what it is.
It could all be falling down back there right now. We have no clue.
But I'm not hearing a word of it, which is great.
Or you could get back there and it could be a total disaster.
Exactly.
But we are none the wiser at the moment. So we'll find out when we stop.
Got the fridge all buttoned up, buttoned down.
Oh, you did?
Right?
Well, I did.
Okay, good.
You didn't change any
No.
of that. Okay.
No, so that's good.
See, that is the thing with the Class A. If milk flies out of the door while you're driving, you definitely know it. If you're in a fifth wheel and your whole entire fridge contents open up, you don't find that out for however many hours that your travel day is. So again, the interesting things, some of you guys have actually like left us comments on social media or videos like, hey, what do you like better? And there's pros and cons to each. I don't know that I would say like one's better than another, other than we are enjoying the space, like with the family and having the extra bathroom and things like that with the towable versus the drivable. But when it comes to travel days, I don't know yet. The jury's out. This will be our first real like long trek. Our first little shakedown trip was just a 4-hour trip. This is closer to, well, 5 hours, 45 minutes according to Apple Maps. We all know what that really means in RV hours. So we'll see how it goes.
Must say the ride so far though, more ride. Goose Tech, the ride is definitely better so far. Less chucking. I mean,
For sure.
with the RV's fully loaded, we got everything in it. It's riding really nice. Not a lot of chucking. We're just on the regular. We're not on the highway yet,
Be in
but
the second lane from the left,
we'll,
then turn left on State Route 451,
but the
south.
truck is stable. You know, everything feels really good.
So far, the first 10 minutes have been great. Hopefully the next 6 hours go just the same. So this is exactly what we're using the RV GPS, where it goes, what do you call
Thank
it?
you.
What is
Reroute.
it? No, but like where you,
Oh,
like it
it
updates
uses-
with your phone or something, like it's
Garmin
using
Drive.
Garmin Drive.
Holy
And
cow.
it's
Whatever.
It's automatic too. So
We get the whole highway to ourselves.
yeah, look.
But
behind
all
you,
lanes
see
were
behind.
closed. I don't think you can
Yeah.
see it, but all lanes were closed. There was a
There's a-
sign, like one of those, overhead signs saying that all lanes were blocked. And the Garmin, like routed us off,
Genius.
routed us back on right after the accident.
And there's
It is literally
no traffic.
clear because there's no traffic because literally it's all back there.
Really?
All lanes were blocked, like all of them. So unfortunately, those people that are sitting there, I don't know how long they'll be sitting there. It could be for a while. So totally paid off having the Garmin GPS that interacts with the Garmin Drive. So a win for that.
You're supposed to check the temp on
Are these tires
On the
supposed to look like
hubs.
that?
106. Are they what?
Are they supposed to look like that? Just bald? Not like bald, but just like flat. There's no tread on them.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
They're mainly just for road.
yeah. 102.
Yeah, they're not that hot.
They feel hot.
No. What about the drums? No.
Drums don't feel super hot either. 109. Hey Evie, good girl. She went potty. So how did it feel? So 106. Let's check the springs. Oh yeah, looks like they are doing their job. All right, she's doing a mighty fine job back here. Getting the food. Charity went and got pub subs. What does it smell like?
It smells like the truckers are pouring out like their pee
Ew, maybe.
We're in a
Yeah. Yeah, I do smell that. All right, I do feel like we got a little bit of a squat. Not crazy, but just kind of a small one. Those new Morimoto headlights. Yeah, see, we got a little bit of a squat. Not too bad.
So we were hearing like this clicking noise when we came to a stop, so we were getting all like freaked out because then I remembered that we were supposed to stop. You guys, you forgot to remind me.
Shoot.
We were supposed to stop and re-torque the bolts on the pin box after 100 miles. We did not do that.
We're gonna do that right now.
So now we're gonna do it, but I think we figured out the clicking noise or whatever was just a couple of the oars that we have in the back of the truck for the paddle boards anyway. So you know how it is with RV life. You just start to realize, like, you start to think about the worst, right? You always immediately are like, oh crap, what's wrong? You know, is my wheel gonna fall off? Like, what's gonna happen? And we've been in the truck for longer than we really like to be on a travel day at this point. So luckily, there was Chick-fil-A with a very big parking lot. Actually, these look like RV parking spaces, quite frankly. So I sent the kids in. I'm like, hey, just, you know, go get something. And I'll transfer money into your account for it. Because we all just need a little bit of just a break at the moment. Really need to get to our campsite because, you know, then you just set up and you have life and everything else. So almost there. And I'm kind of disappointed because the GPS is saying that we're going to arrive after dark, mainly because of traffic, not because of poor planning on our part, but mainly because of traffic. And this is one of the best drives when you can see it during the day. So hopefully we'll at least get a little bit of a view before we get too far down the overseas highway. Hey, when they call it a pickup bed, I don't think that's what they meant.
Right? Well, they were a little loose, but not a ton.
Well, that's good. I don't think that,
I mean, it's tight.
I don't think there's a danger of them being like
No.
loose. You're just supposed to
Right.
retorque them or whatever. All right, I'm going to take the dog potty one more time.
The good news is that we're in a Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
Yeah, I just told them.
Yeah. That we're gonna get cookies and cream shakes.
I didn't tell them that.
Oh, gee, I mean chicken.
They're gonna come
Some
after you in the
healthy
comments, Ben.
grilled chicken.
They're gonna come after you in the comments.
So you hold the wrench on this side, and then you torque this side. So we're gonna go ahead and. So I'm retorquing these bolts. I want to make sure you guys know that you want to retorque these from the inside. I did double check them after the last video, but you want to hold the wrench on the outside and then set the torque amount and then tighten them, each one of them after the 100 miles. Good. Test all of them. Here on the right?
See your sight right there.
Right there? And,
Be careful not to swing into anything.
okay.
I'm gonna have him back up over here.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, I thought it was this side.
Eventually.
So we finally got in to our campsite fairly uneventfully, which is always good. But I will tell you one thing. So I am in the RV just trying to get some things set up before we go have dinner with Tim and Melinda, who are making us dinner tonight. We just love our RV friends. Yeah, so these tension rods, freaking worthless. So I'm glad that I secured the door because our milk, like everything was like against the door. So when I went to open the door, I literally had to like, yeah, there it goes. And here we have the chaos. If you guys have a suggestion on what to do on the inside of the fridge to secure stuff better, like a gallon of milk, because it doesn't fit in the door, this isn't cutting it. So y'all have to let me know in the comments. I'll be doing some research as well, and if I come up with something, I will let you know, because it's not gonna work anymore.
We got fresh guacamole, drinks. What'd you get? What kind of drink did you get?
The strawberry lemonade.
All right, looks good. I want to see a manatee.
All right, let's just walk this way.
All right, I'll follow you. You're scared of the bird? Why? What is he gonna do? Oh, there's the iguana. He's just gonna fly away. All right, let's go see the iguana. They can run fast. They're pretty aggressive. Apparently, he's got two tails. I don't think she realizes it.
We'll let her go in the water. You should.
Hey guys, let's get a boat. I can be a water dog. Seriously. And I could catch some fish too.
She's like, I want to go hang out with her. She's like, I promise. I won't move. I won't move a lot. I won't move. Good girl. You like the island life? Good girl.
You're smiling.
Yep.
All right, you guys, so here's the deal. We were on the fence about whether or not, I need a spatula, whether or not we wanted to try to go down to Key West or not, because of the fact that it's not easy to find parking for a large truck down there. But the big thing that we would have gone to Key West for, or we're considering going to Key West for, is this right here, y'all. The key lime pie. So, thankfully, actually right here at Sunshine Key, over at the Chevron station, it's like a Chevron station slash general store. They've got the local, oh here, if I would go for the right piece, it would probably help.
Frozen.
Maybe I didn't cut this very well. Wow, I'm making a mess. They have the local key lime pie. So the kids are out with friends running around. And Ben and I are going to have a little key lime pie before we go put our paddle boards in the water here in a minute. Why can't I
Come
do
on,
this?
here. Here. Just scoop it up. There we go. We wanted to see a side shot. All right.
First try.
There. And then cut it in
See, it's
half.
not just me.
There we go.
It was hard to get out of there. There's the lighthouse. And here we are! Woohoo! We made the lighthouse, guys! We made it!
Got up early this morning to go check out this. Isn't that beautiful? About 6:30. Going paddleboarding with buddy Tim, and a couple other friends are gonna be joining us here. Beautiful, beautiful water. Just, it's so crystal clear right now. Conchs are more black, and that was like a red.
I think it depends. I don't know. The jury's out. ChatGPT says one thing, and then on Regina's phone it says something else. Well, hello. Welcome to the Florida Keys. We've been here for a couple of days now, and it's just been like literally almost nonstop action since we got here. We are going to run down to the laundry room because we don't have a washer dryer in this unit. That's the one thing that I'm realizing. My dream RV would definitely have a washer dryer unit, but our good friends, Tim and Melinda, who are down here and have been like super graciously hosting us, have a golf cart, you guys. These things are so amazing at campgrounds. I'm telling you what. So tempting. Anyway, they're letting us use the golf cart to get the laundry down to the laundry room, and this is a super amazing campground. We're gonna have more to talk about that here just a little bit later in the video too. So let's hop in and at least go start the laundry and see what else we got going on.
Good doggy. Good girl. You like RV life?
I am an RV dog through and through.
So apparently there's muffins and mimosas at the Tiki Bar. So we're gonna go see if we can find that. Sounds like a fun place to be.
It does. See, here's the thing I love about Sunshine Key RV Resort. So first of all, if you get a 1,000 Trails membership, or like we just have a camping pass, you guys, it's very economical. Like, I think right now what we did is we elected to pay for it monthly. You could pay for it up front too, but it's the same price either way. So it's like $90 a month.
Yeah.
Like this is a no-brainer.
A lot of places to go in Florida with that pass.
Because here's the deal. Because of the truck accident, we ended up having to cancel our reservations that we had here for Thanksgiving under our membership. And then because it was completely booked for this week under the membership, right? I made a retail reservation. And now this is still a 20% discount off of retail with the Thousand Trails membership. It would have cost us $1,500 for 7 nights here, retail with the discount. So we did pick up a cancellation. We got in under our member rate. So our total cost for 7 nights here is $157 out the door. That includes like the what do they call the occupancy tax kind of thing or whatever. So $157 versus $1,500. So literally our camping pass more than paid for itself this year, just in this stay alone. So I'll put a link in the description below, but if you do just even a camping pass, you guys, with like the Encore parks, huge savings. And then this is just an amazing place. You want to come here at some point in the winter. Whatever that looks like as far as maybe next year or the year after, but put it somewhere in your travel list.
Heavy. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. All right, found it. Right there. Right there.
This campground is basically its own little key or island, which means the water is surrounding the campground and it's a very short walk from our campsite to the beach access. And some campsites are right on the water. Sunshine Key RV Resort is situated just south of the 7 Mile Bridge outside of Marathon, Florida, and has some of the most beautiful and gorgeous blue water you'll ever see. You picked up an engine?
I feel like this is all a fever dream right now. I don't know what's going on.
Or we can just go straight in the shower.
Oh, you heard him make noise?
Yeah. Here's to come out. Is this why it's called Conch Island?
I guess this would be why
I see
it's
another
called
one right
Conch Island. I think, is that the one Dad just had?
No, I just dropped that one. Another one.
Occupied?
Occupado.
Occupado.
Found another one, but it's occupied.
So we went on what will be, see behind me, a sunset paddle eventually. This is literally just right around the corner from Sunshine Key. So this is called Conch Island, and for good reason. So finding lots of conch shells as of right now. They all have residents, so you know we got to leave them alone. But did find this little fun gem. So maybe we can, you know, do something with this. But this is a amazing place, you guys. If you come down here, just literally right around the corner. You could also do canoe rentals. So if you come down here, you don't have a paddleboard, canoe, whatever, they do have rentals right at the campground. So really easy to come and enjoy evening, afternoon, day out here, whatever you want to do.
You cannot evict the conchs out of there. So you just have to look at them and put them back. Let me see it. Let me see. That's cool.
It has something in there. It's very, you can't really see it, but it's there.
Wow.
When I took a picture of the claws.
Huh. This is what RV life is all about. New friendships on the road, kids having room to just be kids, and getting to experience places like this together as a family all reminds us why we do this thing called RVing.
Door fell off.
Wanted to get the fins to make sure we had all
Morning.
the fins together. It literally just, wow.
Yeah, these are, the frame has got a slit in it. The rivet came out of the styrofoam, which isn't a surprise. It's not too hard.
Does this hinge, or does this just sit on? How does this work?
Well, the hinges fell out. They're probably on the ground somewhere. We'll have to find the hinges in the gravel. There's little rods.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Where are they? Okay, so the ladies are out doing their thing, running some errands. We are going to go to this place called Blimp Road where they have blimps, weather balloons.
So these are for the Immigration and Border Patrol. That's basically, so Fat Albert is the big one that is used for radar to detect incoming drug vessels, and then the small one, we don't know the name of it yet. That's basically used just for weather. So yeah, we're about
Are you
to go.
serious?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know this?
Right, research.
Oh wow!
And,
so this
and
isn't just like for weather.
Yeah.
It's
like for drug and
weather. That's cool. And then we're gonna go to the hardware store because I need to find some. The door hinges have these plastic little it's like a friction hinge or whatever. It has little notches in it, and basically it won't fall out of the actual door, and it has to be plastic apparently. I thought about replacing them with metal, but I guess they'll fall out. So, but for now, I'm gonna go to the hardware store and pick up something to put in place for now, just to get us by. And then, because he's completely sheared off, then we're gonna go find this place called Savannah's that's got some kind of ice cream. So John, one of my friends, John and Betty Ann, gave me a list of some things we could do, and one of them was to check out Savannah's. And apparently they've got this local ice cream place that is phenomenal. Found a little hardware store called Ace. Alright, we're here at Sweet Savannah's. I did stop by Ace. I found, this is gonna get me by for now. This is a metal, it's like a bolt, a little bit longer than the plastic one. So that'll get me, I'll put it up in there and then put a little bit of tape on and to hold it in, to at least keep the door on while I'm going down the road. Mint chip and then the cappuccino chip, it's worth it. All right, let's see that cookie. Oh my gosh. Looks good. Okay, we'll see if this fits. Should fit in here. Perfect world. Might need to pound this down a little bit. Get a rock. Oh man, hold on, hold. Put a piece of tape on that before I leave so it doesn't fall off, but it should work now. Okay. Good temporary fix.
See? And there's a little shrimp right there. You see it? You see it moving? The white thing?
Yeah, open it up
It's a
again.
little shrimp.
It's right there.
Oh yeah.
Crab. He wants to be left alone.
All right. Right in front of me.
You see the disturbance at the top of the water?
Yes. I got it. Yep.
Got it? You got it?
Wow.
That's a new one.
That's so cool.
There's a bunch of sea.
Oh my God, that's big.
Look down, sweetheart. Look down.
That's a manta ray.
Yeah, look right there. It's right here. Holy smokes, she's huge.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, no, I'm in your way.
You're fine.
You see it?
Wow. That's incredible. So pretty. Now that was worth the price of admission. I don't know, keep an eye on them.
Were you able to
'Cause-
get it? One's right
Oh,
there.
yes.
One's got to be there with the ripples.
I got it all on camera. It's just gorgeous.
Its eyeballs are gone.
Well, there's nothing there.
Somebody ate it.
That's dead.
And this is Bahia Honda. The sun is about to set.
Not every part of this trip has gone as planned. Things break, plans change, and there are moments that test your patience. But then there are moments like this. Sun setting over the water, paddleboards drifting, the noise fades, and you remember why you chose this life in the first place. think one of the best parts is morning. You can tell by my little sleepy face here. And I'm scratching all of the no-see-em bites from these sunset paddles. Anyway, I think the best part is just getting up in the morning. And the kids are like in their rooms, right, behind closed doors. They're still sleeping. And just getting coffee ready, and Ben and I having coffee together in the morning and being able to sit on the couches and have coffee, or go outside. We could go outside and have coffee this morning too. Weather today's a little sketch. It's just such like a game changer from how we used to be in the Class A, just because we didn't have the space for that or the layout that was conducive to that. And so this is definitely bringing RV life to a whole new level. I think probably the icing on the cake was the other night. We were getting ready to walk over to our friend Tim and Melinda's for dinner, and I looked at Evie, and I just, you talk to your dog, and I just looked at Evie and I said, "Do you like the RV life?" And Trinity from the back room yells, "Yes!" And that probably would not have been her answer just, 4 or 5 months ago with the other setup. So this definitely was the right thing to do for our family in moving to this setup.
Hi, it's me, Evie, RV dog. Full-time traveler, water enthusiast. Some dogs have backyards. I have campgrounds. Some dogs chase squirrels. I chase waves. Today's agenda: splash, shake, repeat.
So something where this comes in handy is I'm doing laundry again today, just because I swear not having a washer dryer is something that I'm still getting used to, and I don't think the kids are used to that at all.
This is the way we put on our t-shirt, put on our t-shirt, put on our t-shirt.
The nice thing is you can use the electric to just run down and switch the laundry. And if we would have put the basket on the back, I could have used it to bring back the laundry, but did I do that? Did Ben do that? No, none of us thought. I felt like this little hiatus with the truck wrecked and everything got us a little out of the groove. This trip out is helping us get back in the groove, so we'll definitely be better prepared next time and have the actual basket on the e-bike for trips back and forth to the laundry room. So anyway, little tip for the day for y'all.
Have fun. Be safe. Yep, the throttle's on the left side. Yeah. Easy there, big shooter. Watch for cars. Look both ways. Good girl. Good girl. I'm gonna read my book. Brought my little Kindle here. So, I'm gonna read something. Good girl. Here, I got it. Ready? Go get it. Look at you. Look at you. Good girl. Ready? Where are we going here?
But look, this is so cool. Does this look like a traditional Starbucks? No, because this is Starbucks in the Keys, man.
She's got to get her little mugs every place we go to. So she's got to get the Key West mug. Do they have the Key West mug? Oh, Florida Keys. That's cool.
Is this not the most beautiful thing you've seen?
That is very beautiful.
Purples.
All the iguanas. Love it.
Houses.
Love it.
That is perfect. Me, or when you guys see people pull in and out of like the campground or whatever, do you guys like stop and watch to see what's gonna happen? Like if everything goes okay, if they get it in there like a boss, or like if some drama is about to go down, to let me know if I'm the only one that does that, because that was kind of this guy got it. I will say this guy totally, I think he got it. I just heard a noise. I think he got it. So just cleaning up some lunch here in the RV kitchen, and just wanted to give you guys a little quick tip, I guess. So like right here, I steamed some green beans, but I put like some butter and garlic in there because I don't want like anything that is greasy, like butter, olive oil, anything like that going down our gray tanks. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab some paper towels and I'm going to like wipe out as much as I can and put that in the garbage and then wash the pot. And then that way I can just make sure that, you know, there's nothing going in the gray tank that shouldn't be going into the gray tank, especially food stuff. A lot of times people complain of gray tank smells. And the biggest thing is that if you start getting grease or food scraps in your gray tank, that can definitely cause odors. It's rotting food. One thing that I've learned just over the 7 years that we've been doing this is to try to avoid any sort of food scraps as possible by wiping everything out or off first before that I wash it. And then the other thing is, y'all, I do use paper plates or paper bowls as much as I can too when we're in the RV, just because one, I don't like washing dishes. So there's that. But two, also it just then makes for a little bit of a cleaner gray tank situation when I can just take that paper plate and throw it away. So there's your little tip, RV life tip for the day.
Come. It's easy. You got this. Face your fears. Face your fears. Next time it'll be easy. It's just a little jump.
Are you sure
Come.
about this?
Heavy. Come.
Hold on. Sniffing this?
Come on. You got it.
Give me a second.
You got it. Treat. Come. Heavy, come. I absolutely love the color of this Allegro bus. Beautiful. Look at that thing. Beautiful.
So today the weather is a little uncooperative in the sense of it's windy and it's also a little on the cool side, like 60s. So not really the best day to be out on the water. So we decided we are going to come over here being Marathon. So Marathon's just down the road, go to 7 Mile Bridge, just down from Sunshine Key. So we're going to check out a place called the Sunset Bar and Grill today.
One of the places that were recommended by John and Betty Ann, one of our friends.
Yep. So you guys are your viewers. Like, you guys have the best suggestions. So again, if you have suggestions for the Florida Keys, drop them in the comments because we're already making plans and reservations to come back. But Sunset Grill, it's on the water. Now here's a kind of a fun little thing. They have a pool. Like if you got kids and stuff, they can like swim in the pool while you guys eat and everything. I mean, it sounds like a really cool place. We're gonna check it out. And we'll let you know here in just a few minutes. Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? So we will let you know very shortly.
Thank you so much. Recommend it?
Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. I will recommend it. It was great. The hogfish, great.
Yeah?
Here's one thing that I think that I've realized as far as just to manage expectations when you come down here. You're all on island time, guys. So be prepared. If you go somewhere to eat, you're going to be there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. This is island time. This is not quick service, but you're in the islands. Relax, enjoy it.
All right, thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, good. Okay. What do you guys think? Yes, good. All right.
10 out of 10.
Okay. Look at that line. That's a line. This is the line coming in.
So y'all, we partied a little too hard on New Year's Eve. We killed the golf cart. And now Ben and Tim are having to push the golf cart back to the campsite to plug it in. Crazy times at the RV park. It's just, you know, hashtag RV life.
Somebody yelling at us from the side of the road, screaming that our door flew off of the RV. And we have no outside kitchen door. So you might see here, I'm missing some landing gear